Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanas. This is episode 228, season 10. Today's date is June 13th, 2023, and welcome to the show. On today's program, I will talk about the Poplar Creek Music Theater that was once located in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, right outside Chicago. And also, I will talk about my memories of actor Treat Williams. He just passed away recently. Well, not recent, yesterday, in fact. That was so sudden. And also, I'll do my a wrap up of my past posts on Vanished Chicagoland Facebook page. Okay. So before I get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Kellogg's Product 19 cereal. I miss a cereal. So here's a commercial from 1977. If you listen to the woman's voice, you might recognize her. If you don't, I will tell you who it is after the commercial is played. Okay? So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back. Thank you, everyone.
I have a feeling I'm forgetting something.
Did you want your vitamins?
That must be it.
Oh, don't get up. Your vitamins are right here.
If you want to take vitamins, here's something to remember. One bowl of Product 19 is so nutritious, you get 100% of the U.S. recommended daily allowance of 10 vitamins and iron.
Yeah, it's got a taste worth remembering.
Kellogg's Product 19.
Vitamins that taste too good to forget.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Kellogg's Product 19 cereal. The woman that is speaking in the commercial, that is none other than actress Nancy Dussault. You may remember her from her role in the sitcom Too Close for Comfort. She played Muriel Rush, Ted Knight's wife. I miss that show. It's funny. Yeah, and they don't rerun it much. I used to watch it on when it aired in the early 80s on WLS TV, Channel 7 in Chicago. It was on Tuesday nights, I believe. So it was a funny show. And Audrey Meadows, Alice Cramden, played Ted Baxter's mother-in-law. That sort of made it fun. It only lasted for 3 years. Then it went to syndication, and then I think it ended when Ted Knight died in 1986. So that's a shame. Like that. Okay, as for the Product 19 cereal from Kellogg's, I played a commercial before, but that was another one. And that was introduced by Kellogg's in 1967. And it was lightly sweetened flakes, made of corn, oats, wheats, rice. It had a lot of vitamins and iron, just like Total from General Mills. So I guess they were neck and neck in competition. And it was also the origin of the name was the 19th version of the cereal of Kellogg's. It was their 19th product. That is, and so it was around forever. And I ate this cereal once in a while. I remember when I was a kid, about teenager, got away from the real sugary stuff, and my mother bought this, and I liked it. It's like other healthy cereals, like Kellogg's All Brand, or what's another one? Special K, like that. I'm not crazy about brand. Yeah, doesn't taste good, like that. And And then about in the 2010s, it wasn't popular anymore. And then in 2016, they stopped manufacturing it. It was discontinued. That was it. I wish it would be brought back, but we have other cereals, like that. I like Honey Nut Cheerios. That's my cereal. Like that. People my age eat bran or raisins. I don't like raisins. Not I do, but out of a box, but not with food. And bran, most of it, no. Ugh. Doesn't taste good. I know it's healthy. I know it has fiber, which is very beneficial to your health, but it's the taste. If I eat a bowl of bran cereal, I'm going to add sugar on it. At least it'll kill the taste. But you can't do that. No, it's not it's not wise, for my age. I'm trying to avoid it, avoid sugar as much as possible after what's happened to me. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I said I was going to talk about the Poplar Creek Musical Theater in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, also actor Treat Williams, and my wrap up of past posts on the Chicagoland Facebook page. Before I get started, I want to mention one thing. It was announced that Pat Sajak, the longtime host of Wheel of Fortune, is going to retire, and he is going to step down after this next season. So it'd be 2024, I believe. He's been there since 1981. We all watched him throughout the years. 40 years of doing this. My God, he started this when around the time I graduated high school. It's amazing like that. Of course, there were other hosts before. There was Chuck Woolery. He hosted the show about 6 years in the mid 70s. He was fine with that. A little bit of trivia. There was actor Ed Burns. Um, he hosted the show in the pilots. I think the second or the third. I don't know what the first was. And he's famous for Cookie on 77 Sunset Strip. I guess he didn't get selected. I don't know why. But I saw the clip of it on YouTube. He was pretty good, but no. But Pat Sajak and Vanna White, oh, wonderful. I don't know what's going to happen to Vanna White. She hasn't said anything yet. But I remember a long time ago when she was interviewed, she said that if Pat Sajak would leave, she would leave. So I think she's going to hold her promise. As for the show, I don't know if it'll continue. Maybe. We'll see about that. I don't know. I hope so. So we got about another season of shows to watch, and that's great. That's been a staple. After the news at 6:30 on Channel 7 and WLS-TV Chicago, people, after dinner, people just sit down and relax and watch Wheel of Fortune, or when they watch the news. That's it. I'm hoping the show will continue. We'll see about that. So fingers crossed. Okay, so let's get started on the subject of the Poplar Creek Musical Theater. Oh boy, when I posted this yesterday, this took like gangbusters. I mean, I expect to get a great responses from people, but nothing like this because it was a very popular musical venue back then in the 80s and 90s. But well, this is probably the reason why it's probably my fault because I said that please comment on your favorite memories of this place. Okay, I thought I was kidding because I thought maybe one or two, maybe five would comment. I usually do that, but I don't get much feedback or response. I was wrong about this. No, I got a lot. Not much on Instagram, not really, but mostly Twitter. Most is from Twitter and Facebook. So Twitter was first, and then Facebook was second. And it was phenomenal and very nice to read all that. People were reading almost all of it was positive. There were a couple well, not a couple, a few comments that people had a bad time over there. I think it was someone said it's like when the show was over, when they exited out and they had a hard time getting out of the venue. Could be true. Or like they couldn't hear the performers. I don't know about that. Or because of weather, because it was outdoors. So if it was during the summer, I don't think they played in the winter. I don't think so. So it's amazing like that. All right, so first I'm going to talk about its history of this place, and then I will talk about a couple memories of this wonderful venue and why it closed. Okay, so here we go. So it was a concert venue located in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, outside of Chicago, and it was like an amphitheater. It opened in June 6, 1980. And let's see. So let's see what else. So it was like a covered pavilion, and it had grass seating areas. I've seen pictures of those where people were just sitting down, also sat on the grass, like Ravinia, like that. And so it had a capacity of over 25,000 people, about over 7,000 reserved seats, and also 18,000 lawn seats, like that. And so the first act that played over there was none other than John Denver. That'll draw a crowd. No, he was pretty good. He's a good. I like his songs. I hate to admit it, but I don't know how well it did. I have no idea. I'm sure it did okay. He draws a different crowd like that. I'm sure he played his classics. I'm sure he did. And the funny thing about it, like the second act, which on June 18th, 1980, was Tommy Two Tone. His famous song is 8675309, 8675309, Jenny, Jenny. When that song is played and I watch the video, I can't get it out of my head. It is one of those songs, and it's a classic one-hit wonder from the 1980s. So it's pretty infectious. You can't help yourself. And I'm not going to list every artist that play there because it'll take all day long. So I'll just go skim through like some that stuck out, that stood out. Like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. There was Liza Minnelli, Jimmy Buffett, Southside Johnny and the Ashbury Jukes. Bob Seger played. He was big back then. Oh my God. Kenny Loggins, Barry Manilow, even Engelbert Humperdinck, Barry Manilow. I think I said that. And let's see, who else? So Diana Ross, the Beach Boys, Sha Na, Hall and Oates, the Allman Brothers, James Taylor, Tom Jones, REO Speedwagon, even the band Chicago played over there. I'm trying to find like artists like that we haven't heard, we totally forgot. Like for example, the Motels, And suddenly last summer, remember that song? Paul Anka, that was Bob Dylan, Joe Walsh, he played there. Also, Cher played there as well. The Moody Blues, Dionne Warwick, Chuck Mangione, Linda Ronstadt, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Jonathan Brandmeier, the former host of The Loop, did perform there. He really did. Also, somebody mentioned there was Monsters of Rock. I think it was there. I'm not sure. So I don't know. I really don't know like that. Also, Talking Heads, Queen, they performed there. Yeah, Billy Squier, Marshall Tucker Band, Kansas, Genesis. Like that. Elton John, He performed there. Air Supply, of course. Asia, Journey played there. Yeah, they played there. And now, it's a funny story because there was a friend of mine that invited me to go see Journey at Poplar Creek, and unfortunately, I couldn't go because I think I had to go somewhere, or yeah, I think I had to go somewhere, and I told my parents, oh, I want to go see this and see him. He goes, "Nah, well, you have to come with us. This is important. It was a wedding or something, or I don't know. It was a family thing, so I was disappointed, And the thing was, a friend of mine had a ticket. He had some tickets, and there were a couple of people that canceled out at the last minute. And he asked around, can you come with me? Come with me? He asked me, and I said, yeah. But then I canceled out. Oh boy, he must have been devastated. That, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if he went alone or he didn't go at all. I didn't see him afterwards because I started daily college, after Bogan High School in 1981. So that's a shame, like that. So this venue became very popular. I love reading the comments on Facebook and Twitter. People said, "I saw this group. I saw this singer. I had wonderful memories. I don't remember the memories because I was drunk or under the influence of something." Some of it's hilarious, and then all of a sudden, you know, uh, there was competition, and then it was the opening of the World Music Theater in Tinley Park in 1990, and now it's called the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And but that's a shame. But it still remained. It's like that in operation. And Sears acquired the property in 1989, and they allowed Poplar Creek to remain in operation until 1994, and that was it. That was it, and which is a shame, like that. Um, because I don't know, because that was terrible, like what happened. Because from what I understood, a lot of people loved that venue. They loved it from other concert venues, like for example, Park West or the International Amphitheater, or there was Alpine Valley up in Wisconsin. Excuse me. They like that too, So, which is interesting. So, as for memorabilia, there was ticket stubs, T-shirts, buttons. Also, there were commercials played on television, radio. Mostly on the radio was, I think, the Loop, 97.9, or WFYR 103.5 FM, and of course WCKG 105.9. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that's a shame. So they in 1995 they demolished it and it's gone. And right now it's the Now Arena, and I think they played like hockey, all kinds of sports nearby, and it's right near the Sears headquarters. When I worked at American Express Travel in the 90s and 2000s, I used to visit Sears, their headquarters in Hoffman Estates, and I wish I knew I could pass by where Poplar Creek was, but I never had a chance. But as for the Sears headquarters, it was beautiful. It's beautiful. Right now, Sears is gone, sort of. I don't know what's going to happen to the headquarters because they moved from from the Sears Tower, now called Willis Tower. I don't know. That's went into oblivion too. So they were. Um, they were going to build a new outdoor theater near, Sears headquarters. It's called Sears Center. But they didn't finish it, or they didn't start. I don't know what happened. We'll see what's going to happen. Anyway, they got the Now Arena. All right. So people are still commenting on Facebook and Twitter of their famous, not famous, their favorite memories of their place. And they will do so, and they will continue to do so. Oh, my goodness. And that was sponsored by Miller Draft. If you if you go to the entrance, you would see a big sign, or Michelob. That too. I found a sign that long time ago on eBay. I posted that a few years ago, and I guess that was a collector's item. Somebody must have gotten it. Also, one last thing about this place: a lot of people share their memories of working there. They became security guards or concession stands, I imagine. Ushers, I think. I don't know. They said they watched the shows, the live performances, and that's pretty cool. They had the advantage of that. They had the opportunity to watch, and enjoy the concerts. So that's great. That really is. Okay. All right. Right now, I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I come back, I will talk about Treat Williams, and and then I'll talk about my past posts of Van Chicagoland Facebook page. Okay. So I'll be right back, folks. Thank you. Okay, everyone, I am back. Right now, I'm going to talk about actor Treat Williams. He just was killed yesterday unexpectedly in a motorcycle accident. It seemed like a car. I don't know. He seemed like a car cut him off, and this happened in Vermont, and caused a collision. So, and he was airlifted to a medical center in Albany, New York, and he was pronounced dead. He was 71 years old. Oh, that was terrible. When I saw this on Twitter yesterday, I was like, oh my God, no, no, this is awful. Oh boy. So, I'll talk about his career, and I'll talk about a few memories about him really quickly. So here we go. He was born Richard Treat Williams, December 1st, 1951, in Stamford, Connecticut. Yeah, his real name is Richard. I don't know. I don't know where he got the Treat name. I'm not sure. As I go along, I'll find out why. So like that. And he did some stage work. Then he did movies and television. So he did a lot of stuff, lots and lots of stuff. And of course he. See, so he went. Yeah, so he went to college, and he tried to. He also played football in college there, and then he decided to pursue acting. He wanted to do that. And let's see. So his theater credits was he plays Danny Zuko on stage as in Grease. He played that. That was pretty good. Also, Once in a Lifetime, The Pirates of Penzance. He did that, which is great. His first movie was a kind of a not a well-known movie. It was called Deadly Hero. It came out in 1975, and also in 1976 he was uncredited on Marathon Man. He played a jogger in Central Park. Also, he starred in The Ritz and The Eagle Has Landed. One of his starring roles was in the 1979 Broadway version of Hair. And this came out when I was in Greece in the summer of 79, so I didn't see it then. But then when it reran on cable a long time ago, I watched it, and it didn't do well in the box office, but It was pretty good. I liked the movie. He was great in that. He was wonderful. But he was funny in the 1979 movie 1941 that starred John Belushi. My brother reminded me of that movie, and I totally forgot it because him and I saw it at Fort City Cinema when it came out, like that. And he was also in The Empire Strikes Back. He played Echo Base Trooper, just Alshane and Cloud City Trooper Gerald Blunden. If you are a huge Star Wars fan, you would try to find him and see him, and he is there like that. Also, his one of his most famous roles was as Danny Cielo in the Cindy Lumet movie Prince of the City. I never saw this movie in the theater, but I saw it on television, and he was wonderful. Oh, he was awesome. I love that movie. Fantastic. That's a fantastic movie. I've only seen it once. I like to see it again. We'll see someday. I'll see about that. Also, he played DB Cooper in The Pursuit of DB Cooper. Let's see what else. Oh, lots of them. Once Upon a Time in America. He did that. Dead Heat. He did that. That was with Joe Piscopo from Saturday Night Live. Okay, that's fine, like that. And he continued acting in movies all the way to the end. He did that, and he was a very dependable actor. Uh, as for television, he started in the mid '80s. He did TV movies, Fairy Tale Theater, if you remember that, Tales from the Crypt. Um, his first TV series was Eddie Dodd. It came out in 1991. That didn't last very long. It lasted about a couple months, like that. Oh, okay. He also voiced on the Batman the Animated Series, one of my favorite shows. He played Dr. Achilles Milo, like that. And of course, his most famous role on television was Dr. Andy Brown on the WB or CW. I think it's CW. Everwood. I've seen the show a few times. It's pretty good. He's excellent. He really was, and he was a fan favorite. People liked them in that show. It ran for 4 seasons, and then the show was canceled. Then he started Brothers and Sisters, and then did more guest spots. Also, he starred in Chicago Fire. He had a recurring role as Benny Severide. Starred in that, and he also had a recurring role in Blue Bloods as Lenny Ross. So the show will come back, but I don't know how that's gonna. I don't know how they're gonna do this. I don't know. So that's a shame, like that. Uh, Also, he did a lot of TV movies. I mentioned that. His first one was not this. Yeah, I'm sorry. His first one was about Dempsey, about the famous boxer Jack Dempsey. I saw that. That's pretty good. Also, Streetcar Named Desire, that starred him, Stanley Kowalski, and Anne Margaret. And that was a good movie. It really was. And he also played J. Edgar Hoover in J. Edgar Hoover. So I'm so sad, and I think a lot of people are, because he was amazing. He really was, and he'll be missed. He really will be. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about my past posts on Vanished Chicagoland Facebook page. I'll go very quickly, and then we'll be done with the show. The first one is a post from May 25th. It was like last month. I found an ad about Salerno cookies. I always post about Salerno cookies. This is one of my favorite posts of all time. This ad was from 1988, May 11th. It showed the usual Salerno butter cookies, Bonnie shortbread, coconut bar, and chocolate chip. And I asked my followers, which one do you miss the most? besides the butter cookies. They're still made, but they're not the same. And I get a lot of responses from that. And they like the coconut bars. They really do. They miss that one. It's good. Some people don't, but that's okay. Also, the next post I had was from Jay's Potato Chips. They're still around, but they're not made in Chicago. I might talk about the plant someday. You know, that would be very interesting. That was located on 99th Street in Cottage Grove on the south side. I have memories of looking at that place. And I found a picture from 1963 where there was a delivery man and there was his truck behind him. And that looked kind of cool. And I remembered those trucks. And I think they were blue and white. I think they were. And I thought it was kind of nice, seeing that. Okay. And let's see what else we got. Also, on May 28th was National Hamburger Day. And I posted a picture of Yankee Doodle Dandy hamburgers. And then I asked my followers, what was your favorite hamburger place? Like Yankee Doodle Dandy, Wimpy's, Prince Castle's, Burger Chef, anything that comes to mind, even like the Come Back In with the Kodiak Burger. And they did pretty much responded, or Henry's Hamburger, excuse me. I forgot about that place. So that was nice as well. Okay. Also, I posted a picture. This is on my cover photo. It's been a while. Of Goldblatt's department store on State Street in the Loop in Chicago. And there were people in front of the entrance, and they're all looking, waiting for the store open. I thought it looked kind of nice. Yeah, a lot of people missed that store. It was, you had good bargains. Quality was okay, but Christmas time was fantastic. Very nice indeed. Like that. Okay, and let's see what else. Then I found a coffee pot from White Hen Pantry, and this is with the orange handle, which means it's decaffeinated. But do you remember when you go to White Hen, and if you want a cup of coffee, you help yourself? They had them on a counter. So you had a choice. You had regular coffee or decaf. Now it's different flavors to choose from, but White Hen is still missed to this day. They wish they'd come back, but they was bought up by 7-Eleven. I'm sure they have the same. I don't know if the coffee's the same. I don't know. I haven't bought coffee from them in a long time. And let's see what else. Also, I found one of those posters that was in the Chicago Today newspaper that showed creature features. And they had one like every Sunday, and it was in 1971. They showed the one that's famous, the famous monster you see in the beginning of the creature features. Lon Chaney Sr. in London After Midnight. Also, Frankenstein and Igor. The other one was a mummy, and of course, the other one was Dracula, that starred Bela Lugosi. Oh yeah, that was fun. Also, a photo from the Happy Van from Weeble's department store. I remember this van. It was very colorful. It was in the 70s, and I would like to see a real picture of that, but it's sort of like a real picture. And I do remember the van. I remember it from Ford City when I used to live there. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, here's one. Here's a restaurant a lot of people sort of forgotten. It was called the Schwesschen House Chinese Restaurant and Lounge. That was located on 612 North Michigan Avenue in Chicago. That place is gone. From what I understand, a lot of people miss this place. The food was excellent. Back then on the Magnificent Mile in Chicago. And I never went there. So they said it was excellent. And I found a picture of that and I posted it, and people love it and still miss it. Also, 5 days ago, it was National VCR Day. I've talked about that on my blog and also on my podcast, Your VCR. And I asked people, do you still have a VCR? And I responded, yes, I still have it. I don't use it much. but I posted like a photo of the original one I had, and I bought it at the Video King store. That was located on West 95th Street in Oak Lawn. And my brother told me about that, and it was a Panasonic. Oh, it was kind of cool back then. It really was. But it ate tapes, and then you would rent at Blockbuster, or you would go to a local video store like that. Also, next, I found a picture of a CTA bus. This was the one Drexel Hyde Park CTA bus. I forgot what it's called now. I think it's the one Bronzeville Hyde Park, something like that. And on the side of the bus had an advertisement for WLAK 94 FM. Beautiful music. Beautiful music indeed. And this is from July 15th, 1975. Yeah, so that was kind of nice like that. Okay, let's see what else we got. I think that is it. Oh, of course, I posted about Dressel's cakes. This one is Dressel's Frigid Freeze Strawberry Cake, not the chocolate fudge. The ad's from 1958. I never had the strawberry one. I had the chocolate fudge, like most people did, and people still miss this place to this day. They also said that you can still get the cake, the chocolate fudge cake, at Wolf's Bakery, that's located on West 95th Street, west of Kedzie in Evergreen Park, Illinois. They say it's almost the same. It's not really the same. It's expensive, blah, blah, blah. If you want to try it, help yourself. I haven't had it yet. Someday I will. We'll see. Okay, and I think that is it. Yeah, that is it okay, so that is it for this program. All right. Excuse me for a second. Drink some water. All right, so I'll do a quick recap of what I discussed on today's program. I talk about the Poplar Creek Musical Theater in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, right outside Chicago. Also, actor Treat Williams, who just passed away yesterday. Also, my past posts on Van Chicagoland Facebook page. This podcast will be published soon, and it'll be available where podcasts are, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Excuse me. Also be posted on my YouTube channel, Van Chicagoland Stories. Also on my social media accounts, Facebook and Twitter, and also on my blog, VanChicagoland.blog. Okay. Excuse me. I hate that. Got a frog in my throat. Talk too much. I apologize for that. Okay. So this is Pete Costanis, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories. Thank you for joining me. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye-bye for me, and here's Ray Rayner doing bye-bye-bye with a little traveling music. Take care, everyone. So long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.